The new look or the new landing page that you're going to see when you log into the MemberNet is going to look very similar to this. Notice my URL here up at the top. The address has changed. I'm going to collapse that so you aren't seeing it anymore, just so you guys have a full screen. So know that when you go to use this, you will actually see that URL bar at the top on your browsers. I'm just collapsing it for easier view during our presentation today. So here on the screen, your address that you use to log in is going to be your email address. And then the password that you guys currently use to log into the MemberNet will also be the same. So if you are unsure what your password is, you can always click on Forgot Password. The main reason why I'm mentioning this is because when we do roll over to the new product, there's a pretty good chance that you have your system set up to automatically remember your credentials. You will have to type them in at least one more time on the new product and then store them. So if you don't remember what it is, when you land on this page, you can simply click on this Forgot Password link. It'll flip you over to another screen, and it's going to automatically fill in that email address that you provided on the very first screen. Once you have that in there, you just get to click on Reset Password, and we'll send you a brand new email an email with your brand new credentials. And then you'll log into this screen and then be able to choose your new password. If you've accidentally clicked on that Forgot Password link and you want to go back, you're just going to simply click on this Back to Login button here. All right, so I have put in my new credentials, and now I'm going to log in. Once you log in, this is going to be the view that you see. Now, before we get all the way into all the details here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of give you an overview of the screen that you're looking at here. This is what we call the main landing page. Anytime that you want to navigate back to this page, if you've gone to another place within the MemberNet, you can simply click on the Visit Houston login or Visit Houston logo here at the top, or the home button here on the left-hand side. Across the top, it'll tell you what you're logged into. So I'm logged into the Visit Houston MemberNet. And then over here on the right, it's showing me what credentials I use to log in. And then to the right of that, I have the log out button. It's okay. So here on the log out button, a couple of things to note here. You do not have to click on the log out button when you are ready to exit the MemberNet. So if you want to just close your browser, you can. If, however, you feel more comfortable logging out, you can simply by clicking on this log out button. The box to the right of this is going to indicate what account you're logged in as or logged into within the MemberNet. So for me personally, what I have is I have an email address that's associated with multiple accounts at the Visit Houston CVB. What that means for me is that anytime I need to go in and I need to update any information, in particular to specific accounts, I need to make sure I change this toggle. So if you are responsible for multiple properties, you'll want to make sure that you're paying attention to this box up here in the upper right-hand corner. One other thing to note on this, so the GHCVB and the SimpleView Inc. Incorporated account are two separate entities. They're not related in any way. However, I have an email address that's associated with both of those accounts, so I can flip between the two. Now, the SimpleView Incorporated is actually a corporate account that controls other accounts. And because of that, it's called a parent account and then all the children underneath. Now, because I have access to both the corporate account and the children account, I am seeing the corporate account here. So what that means for you is that if you are responsible for multiple properties that are all associated together, there's a pretty good chance that up here in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see just that main headquarter property, but you're not going to see any of the children. Whereas on the older version of our product, you could actually see the children and the parent. Now all you're going to see is the parent account up here at the top. So that headquarter/parent account is what you're going to see in this drop-down. And then as you go through and you navigate through the MemberNet, each of your menus and each of your windows will update and populate based off of what kind of access you have at each of one of those properties. All right, so over here on that's a magnifying glass. The magnifying glass, this is where you get to go in and you can do a search for anything that you should have access to within the MemberNet. So in other words, if the Visit Houston CVB sends you an email and says, hey, we need you to log into the MemberNet and reply to a service request we sent you, you can come here, you can type in the name of that service request, and it'll give you the results on the screen. Additionally, if you want to go directly to one of your accounts to see the information associated with that account, you would be able to type that account name in here, and it would list it off, and then you would be able to link out to it. Another nice little feature here is a recently viewed. So as you work through the MemberNet on a daily basis, it's going to keep track of everything that you're doing within the MemberNet and show you that historical information here. So if you're clicking through and you're managing accounts, or if you're managing listings, you would be able to see all of those listed here, and then you can just directly link into those instead of having to go through the menus over on the left-hand side. All right, closing out of this guy. At the very top, we have what we call our image carousel. Now, if there's anything particular that the Visit Houston CVB wants to draw your attention to, it will show up here. So in other words, if they have a DMO-hosted event coming up and they want you to register for it, it will show up here, and then you will see a link within the window to go out to the registration for that event. Otherwise, right now, it looks like Visit Houston just simply has some pictures of some past events that they hosted, and they're just going to cycle through. So just kind of pay attention to this. If there's anything important that the Visit Houston CVB wants you to be aware of, they'll show it here, and then you can click on a link to go out to that event and maybe register for it or see more information pertaining to it. Scrolling down the screen, the partner bulletin should be very familiar to you if you've used the MemberNet before. Basically what this is any announcements that the Visit Houston CVB wants to post permanently or during a selected time period. And these are usually all documents. So scooting down to the second one here, notice this is a TAP report. The TAP report is a record of room nights over an eight-year time period. So you can click on this, and it's actually an Excel spreadsheet that you would be able to download. So we make this available to you guys, and it will be sorted in descending order descending order on date. So notice that May 2017 is above December 2016. You simply click on the View Full, and then you can download that document directly to your computer and do whatever you need to do with it. One of the other options here that is very important for you to review is this post-board usage guidelines. So this document reviews how to properly use the post board over here on the right-hand side. So just clicking on this is going to bring you a bulletin that you want to read through, and it also has a document that you can download. And basically what it's telling you is what you want to do with the post board over here on the right. The post board is where you can communicate with other properties within the Houston area. So any account or any property that's associated with the Visit Houston CVB who has MemberNet access will be able to come in here and put in little blurbs about the area. So maybe you just want to say, hey, great job on launching the MemberNet. You would be able to post that here. Or if you want to say, hey, we've got a grand reopening event, we want everybody to be aware. Or maybe you have some sort of you've refurbished your lobby and you want to make an announcement about that. You can put that all here. You can also include links. Just make sure that those links that you are provided are specific to your property. And in order to create that post board message, you're just going to click on the pencil over here on the right. And if you have access to multiple accounts, so this is where I have access to both my corporate account and all my children underneath, I can associate that specific message to one of my properties. So if I'm supposed to be writing for the Simpleview Incorporated rather than the Simpleview Hotel, I would want to change that here. I put in my message, and then down here click on create post. Once that's there, and I'm just going to type a quick message here. Once that's here, it will show up on the post board side. Now, again, anybody who has access to the MemberNet will be able to see this. If you have posted something that you've decided you no longer want to have appear on the MemberNet, you can click on this little X here on the right to make it go away, which is what I'm going to do now. Now, if you see another message on the post board that you would want to reply to, you can click on the little dialog bubble down here, and you can reply to that person at that property that made that announcement on the post board. Alternatively,
Robin?
there is an yes, ma'am.
Just to interrupt you for quickly, this is for all of, we have suppliers that we're that we're training this morning. So we want everybody to know that they can post something on the post board, not just hoteliers, but any of you that have something that you want to post. If you have an event or a date, you're able to use the post board too. Go ahead, Robin.
All right. So if you do want to post any message replies, just simply click on that dialog button. And additionally, you would be able to email anybody who has made a message. If someone has posted a message here on the board, you can directly email them by clicking on this little icon, email icon here. Now when you do that, it is going to launch your email program, so just be aware once you click on that, it's going to pop up a new window specific to whatever program you use to create emails within your work environment. All right, so scrolling back up to the top, we have the profile, collateral, opportunities, reports, and click here to contact us for help. Each of these menu items that you're seeing here on the left-hand side will show up specifically for you based off of the access you have granted. You will never have access to administration, so if you're wondering when you log in on Monday why it's not there, it's because you should not have access. I have specific access that grants me the ability to see this, so just know that you will not see that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go through each one of the items within these menus. The profile here is going to be where you're going to be accessing anything that is property related. So if your restaurant or your catering business has an account record within the Visit Houston database that you have access to, you should be able to see this option here. If you have not been granted, you will not see accounts, but generally speaking, you should. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on accounts underneath profiles. And from here, what I can do is I can view all of the account information specific to each of my businesses. So here, notice that I have SimpleView Incorporated and then SimpleView Hotel. SimpleView Incorporated is the main corporate account, and then below that, the SimpleView Hotel is the child. Now, one of the things you may notice here is that I have specific buttons that are only available on one account and not the other. And the main reason why is because I have the ability to do specific items or tasks associated with the SimpleView Hotel, but not with the SimpleView Incorporated account. What that means for you is that the eyeball, if you were to click on it, you would be able to view all of the information on that account, but you will not be able to update it. So here on the screen specifically, I clicked on the account details button, and now what it's doing is it's showing me all the information that Visit Houston has stored in their database particular to my business. So if I'm looking here and I'm scrolling down and I'm seeing that some of this information is out of date, I will want to contact Norma or Brenda at the Visit Houston CVB. You can simply do that by clicking on the button over here for click here to contact us for help. So in other words, here on the account details page, you're going to review all of your information that the Visit Houston CVB has for you. If anything is out of date or needs to be changed in any way, make sure you do reach out to Visit Houston CVB to get that all straightened out. Now, one thing to note about the navigation within the entire new MemberNet product is that if you have sections on each of your pages, over here on the left, these little buttons or these lines will automatically navigate down to that section on that page. So know that you do not have to use your scroll on the screen. You can simply click on the section titles to scroll up and down to where you want to be on the page. So again, I'm just going to review my account information, make sure everything is correct. Looks like it is. And now I'm going to click on Return. Now, because I clicked on Return, it took me back one page. And then on this screen, I'm going to look at my SimpleView Hotel business. Now, this particular account and the way it's set up right now, I have the ability to update my amenities. So notice here you'll have this little green arrow. That green arrow represents the fact that I need to go in and manage my amenities for that property or that business. So if I click on Manage Amenities, it's going to update my screen and show me all the amenities that are specific to the kind of business that I own. Of course, there we go. A little bit of a delay there. So here specifically, what I want to do is I know for a fact that my business is a restaurant. All the information having to do with hotels is not important to me, so I'm going to scroll directly down to the restaurant section of the amenities page, and I want to update all the information having to do with my restaurant. I can put in my hours. I can go in and say, yes, we serve breakfast. Yes, we serve lunch. No, we do not have happy hour, but we are open 24 hours. And as you go through and you update each one of these amenities specific to your business, you'll want to make sure that you click on Save. If you do not click on Save, the system will not let you know that you're about to lose information. So please make sure anytime you're on any page where you're making adjustments or changes, you click on Save. When you do click on Save, the CVB will get a notification letting them know that you did make updates to your account, and then they will review it. That information is live. There's no approval process. It just goes through, and they get a notification letting them know that you've updated your account. And remember, the more information that you provide that is accurate here, the better the CVB can represent you on their website. So all the listing information they have for you, all the account information they have for you is directly fed into their website. So if you're accurately updating it, the better they represent your business on their site. Anytime you do want to access your amenities, you can do it from that main account detail page. That main account page that we were on before. Or if you do land on the account details page, there's also a button for manage amenities and manage meeting space. So in other words, if I were to click on the return button, go to the accounts page. If I click on the account name here, I can see my amenities here as well as from that little green button on the very first page that we were viewing.
Can you ask about the image gallery, what that is?
She's asking the image gallery.
I didn't hear the details of the question. I'm sorry.
She's just asking what the image gallery is.
The image gallery on the account. Usually what we'll do is on the account record itself, if there were any images that were available for you to view, they would be seen there. In my particular case, I do not have any, so it's not showing. Same thing with invoices. This may not be something that's available by default based off of your account. However, if something is available to be seen, it will show there and it will be specific to that account. All right. So again, if you're noticing social media information or anything else on the screen that you need to update, you want to work directly with Visit Houston CVB, but you should be able to update your amenities if you have been granted access. So if you believe you should have access to your amenities but you're not seeing it, make sure you reach out to Norma and Brenda at Visit Houston CVB and they'll be able to take care of that for you. All right, so similar to accounts, you can also see any contacts that have been related to your business. So if you're logging into the MemberNet and you want to review all the employees that have been associated to your specific businesses, they should all appear here, including any inactive employees. So what that means for you is if we do have contacts in here that are out of date or are put in here incorrectly, you'll need to work with the CVB to get those updated. You do not have the ability to update them. You only have the ability to view them at this point. So if you're looking through here and you're realizing that maybe one of your contacts is their name needs to be changed, make sure you work with the CVB to do that, along with adding any new employees. So if you're cycling through employees and we have a bad record here of anybody, you'll want to make sure that you're working with Visit Houston to get that updated. And similar to everywhere else in MemberNet, you can navigate down to the different sections. All right. So under Profile, you've got the accounts and the contacts. And beyond that, you have the My Benefits. The benefits summary page is going to be where you can go in and you can see all the information regarding opportunities that have been offered to you guys and also have anything to do with any listing information that we have for you. So what that means is that if the Visit Houston CVB is working with you guys and offering service request opportunities, they will appear under services for you. What that means for you is that the system is telling you that within the selected time frame over here on the left-hand side, the CVB has offered this many service requests over the selected time period. Now, if you want to see all historical information for a different time period, you will simply want to update the filters over here on the left. And once you click on Update after you've chosen your options, the graphs over here on the right will automatically update for you. So if you're logging in and you want to see all the listing views for your account based off of what the Visit Houston CVB has for you on their website, you now can see all of that information for that selected time period. And then beyond that, you can also see details on each of these sections. So if you do want to see all of the details in regards to any service requests that the CVB has sent you, you can click on the See Details here, and then the information will update on the screen. Now, one of the nice things about this screen is it will show you all of your all of your businesses all on one page. So if you do have a headquarter business and then multiple accounts underneath, they will all show here. And when you're looking there at the screen, what it's going to do is it's going to show you all the service requests and partner referrals that have been sent for your property. And then you can click on all the the numbers within these sections to see the details particular to that department. So for instance, here under meeting sales, the Simple View Hotel was sent one service request during the selected time period of July 2014 to June 2017. And now if I click on this guy, this number 1, I can see all the details that are in relation to that service request that was sent to me. One of the other things that we want to draw your attention to here is anytime you are within the benefit summary area, you can do a print of what you're seeing on the screen. And it will literally be a print of that screen. So it will be a graphical representation of what you're seeing here, just printed out, and will be based off of your browser's print settings. So know that if you click on print, if there's something wrong with the page, that's something that you'll want to configure on your browser's print screen. It's not something that's controlled within the MemberNet page itself. Anytime you have navigated away from the main overview page of the My Benefits page, simply click back onto the overview and it will take you back to the landing page. And notice that all of your filters will stay in place, so you will not have to update those for each page you access. All right, so that underneath profile, we had accounts, contacts, and My Benefits. Now we're going to scroll over to collateral. So within collateral, this is where we're listing all information having to do with things that we do for you on the Visit Houston website. So if we have a Visit Houston listing available for you, you should be able to see it here if you've been granted access to see listings. So what that means for you is that if we have a Visit Houston website listing or a visitor guide listing that's available for you to review, it will appear here. If you do not have access, you won't even see listings here. Or if we don't have a listing and you do have access, you won't see anything within this page. So if you feel like you are missing information, again, make sure you're working with the CVB to get that updated and looked at. So on this screen, what I'm seeing is the one listing that my business has. I have one listing that's available.
Hold on one second, Robin.
Okay.
You were just talking about something and he wanted to see an example of it.
An example of a website listing?
Yes.
The page that you were just on, he said that if you can show an example of it.
Okay, so hold on one second. So if you were to go to the visithoustontexas.com website, anytime we are representing your property or your business or your account, there will be a listing that's available for you. So if you are a restaurant and you go to the Visit Houston website, down here towards the bottom, Genesis Steakhouse and Wine Bar. This is what we call a website listing. So if we have one of these available for you to view on the MemberNet, it will be available. So specific to Genesis Steakhouse and Wine Bar, if I click on this guy here, this is listing information that we have available for them to see on the MemberNet if they were to log in. So this is all of their TripAdvisor information, and then this here is the listing itself that we have for them to view within the MemberNet. So if I were to log into the MemberNet as myself, I clicked on this eyeball, what I am seeing is the listing information. I can figure out where I'm at on my page here. So the listing information, this description right here, the text that you're seeing is this text here on their website. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So again, here on the page, if you do have access as you're reviewing all the information, the listing information here is going to be what we have for you on this site. Any categories and subcategories that you believe that may be incorrect or need to be adjusted, make sure you identify those, and you're going to work with AJ at the Visit Houston CVB, and I believe his last name is Mistretta, but if you want more information, you can always email as well. So basically, the category is how we're defining the way the listing displays on the website. So if you are a restaurant, then the category would probably be something like restaurants, and then the subcategory would identify what kind of restaurant you are. If you want additional identification as to what kind of restaurant you are and what kind of services you provide, the additional categories would be provided. So in other words, the category would be something like restaurant, subcategory would be something like American, and then beyond that, under additional categories, if you also have a bar or a pub, you would have restaurant pub, restaurant bar, or potentially full service, All of those may be options that the CVB can offer for you, and you'll want to work with AJ to clarify that. But beyond that, any details that you have down here towards the bottom in regards to your account or your business information on the name or the address, if any of that needs to be updated, that's going to automatically be pulled into the system based off of the settings that we have for you on your account level. So again, if you're reviewing your account information and the listing information and things are off, you'll want to work with the CVB to get that updated. And additionally, down here at the bottom on listing images, if there are any pictures that are associated with the listing, you'll see them there. I unfortunately don't have any. That's why you're not seeing anything there. But typically, you will have images that are available for your listing on the site. All right. So as you go through and you are noticing any information that needs to be updated on your listing, again, make sure you're working with the CVB. Otherwise, you're going to skip over to your special offers, and this is where you get to put in new coupons. So a coupon for you guys would be something that's offered on the website. So if Visit Houston wants you guys to be able to put in coupons or special offers specific to your business to be offered on Visit Houston website, you can do that. So this add offer here, when you click on it, what it's going to do is it's going to bring you to a new screen that allows you to create a coupon that will show up on the Visit Houston website. Now the Visit Houston website is set up in such a way that a leisure traveler would be able to come to the site and do a search for maybe special offers for the Houston area during a selected time period. So all the information that you put here on this screen will directly affect what the leisure traveler sees on the website. Additionally, if you have any coupons that have been posted in the past, those will also show on that main screen where we have the add button, and I'll show you that again here in just a second. So as you're going through and you're creating a new coupon or special offer, you want to make sure you put in as much information as possible. The offer title is one of the few fields that is actually required. So this is where you would put in something like a 1-for-1 or buy one, get one free title. And then if there's a link that's associated to that offer, you'll want to make sure that you're putting that here. Any details or a full description of that coupon special offer should be put here underneath the offer text. Then as you scroll down, notice that offer images are going to be set up and be available to you guys to use based off of what AJ has available for you. So if you do want to attach images to your coupon, AJ will need to work with you on that, and his email address is listed here, so if you want to shoot out an email to him, you can. Offer dates. So this is specifically available for you on the coupon so that you can say when they are available to be posted to the website and when someone can actually redeem them. So they can be posted to the website almost indefinitely, but maybe only be redeemed during a selected time period. So as you're going through here and you're filling these out, know that the redeem from is exactly that, is when someone can start using it and when someone is no longer allowed to use it. And then we also have the post from on the website. So the post from is when it actually appears on the website, and then the post to is when it comes down off the website. The categories are going to be the definition of what kind of coupon it is and where it should be classified within the Visit Houston's coupon page. So if you know that you're a business that's associated with arts and culture and you're an attraction, and maybe this is just a coupon that's available for gift ideas, you want to make sure you select multiple options there. And now based off of that, my coupon would show up on the site and someone would be able to do a search off of it based off of those 3 different categories. If you do have any listings that are available for the coupon to be attached to, you will should be able to offer them here. As of right now, the system's not allowing me because I don't have a listing that's available for my coupons to be attached to. But if you did have one, it would show here. You would be able to click on the drop down and select it. And basically what that means is if you have a coupon and someone lands on your website listing, that coupon will show up when they go to your website listing on the Visit Houston website. And the promotion code, if there are any codes that are specific to that coupon that you want to make sure that are shown on the website along with that coupon, make sure you do specify them down here at the bottom. Now, anytime you do create a coupon, it will have to go through an approval process. AJ will work with you on that and let you know. And along with that, he will update any images that should be associated with it. Now, as I was saying before, if you did have any coupons in the system from previous dates, they should all appear here. And then additionally, if you have any ones that are currently on the site, those will also show here. So you'll have all of your historical coupons and anything that is active listed here on this main offers page. All right. So after collateral, we have opportunities. Opportunities is where you guys will be able to go in and you will be able to see any services requests that have been sent to you from the CVB. So what Brenda's team does is they send out any request to you, letting you know that maybe they need transportation available for specific clients that are coming into the area for an event they're hosting. Or it might be a matter of they just need a simple catering event hosted by one of your properties. I keep saying properties and I shouldn't. One of your businesses. If you do get a notification from the Visit Houston CVB letting you know that you have been sent a service request, you will want to log in the MemberNet, go to Opportunities, and then click on your service requests. From here, any service request that has been sent to any of your businesses will show up here. Now, one of the things you may notice is that I'm seeing the same service request listed twice. And the reason why is because the Visit Houston CVB has sent me that service request once, but associated to multiple properties. Businesses, I keep saying that, I'm so sorry. So businesses, what that means for me is that I can say, okay, my Simple View Hotel business cannot offer the transportation that you're requesting, but Simple View Incorporated can. So what I want to do is I want to either click on the eyeball or the request name. One thing to note here is that anytime you are within the MemberNet, if there is a blue link on any of your pages, more than likely it is linking out to a record specifically for you to view. So here under the account column, I'm seeing Simple View Hotel and I'm seeing Simple View Inc. If I were to click on one of these, it would actually take me to that account page for that business. So instead of clicking on the account, I want to make sure that I click on request name or the eyeball. So I'm ready to start working on this. I click on the eyeball, and it's going to bring me all of my details. So as I'm going through here, I see that this is a service that's associated to a lead that the Visit Houston CVB is working. The kind of service that they're asking for is bus transportation. And as I'm going through, I see the request name, what the budget amount is, what my cutoff date is for this response, and then how many people are going to be on the buses and need the transportation. It's telling me down here underneath the description all the details. So they're telling me that they need transportation for all of their partners from Houston Hobby into Houston. So the description there is giving me all of the details, and then it's telling me down here what date they actually need these services for and the times. So as I'm going through here and I realize, oh yeah, so it looks like this is something we should be able to handle, I'm going to click over here under Accounts and Responses. It's going to take me down at the bottom of the page, and now I can respond to that service request. Now again, because I have access to multiple businesses that have service request capability, and this service request was sent to multiple properties, I'm seeing both of those properties here. So that means I do not have to go back out to the previous page to do the response for each business. I can click on this little plus sign here. And specifically here for the Simple View Hotel, I can say no, sorry, I can't provide service. And then I update it. As soon as I do that, CVB will get a notification letting them know that I put in my response. And then down here under Simple View Incorporated, this is where I get to go in and I could say, yes, I can offer my opportunity. And then you just go through and you fill it out. And if you have any files that you do want to attach, make sure that you click Attach File here. So if you have a one sheet in regard to the services that you're going to be providing, you can click on Attach File here. Once I cancel that, it's going to go away, so I did not save any changes. So make sure that anytime you are making any responses, you're clicking on the plus sign. And if you realize that you did make an error, you can click on the edit by clicking, by accessing the little pencil there on the left. So if I said yes or no and I meant to say yes, I can go in and I can update it. I can attach a file and then update. So as you're going through, know that if you do have access to multiple accounts that have been sent one service request, you should be able to see them here. Otherwise, you will only see one entry, and you will just want to click on the plus sign in order to be able to do that. So again, under opportunities are going to be all the services requests that CVB has sent you, and then you'll just want to be able to, you'll want to respond to each one of them as you're going through. All right, so the last thing that we'll want to go over here today is the reports. The reports page, when you click on it, is going to give you a full page of any reports that the CVB is sharing with you. Right now they only have one that's called the Definite Convention Calendar. When I click on this guy, what it's going to do is it's going to give me a report that I can print, and I can also update the date range. So what this is doing is it's giving me a list of all events that have been booked for Houston area by the CVB by date. So in other words, the American Academy of Development is having an event that's coming through on June 1st to June 6th. Of course, that's past, but that's okay. And the reason why it's showing is because of this date range here at the top. But know as you go through, if there's any event that you're interested in looking at or be aware of, maybe it's within your section of the city. So if maybe the location of your business is near their headquarter hotel and you want to be aware that the Methodist Women Mission University 2017 event is coming to your area. Maybe you want to have your restaurant available during a specific time so you know what the influx of patrons, that's the word I'm looking for. So the influx of patrons to your area may be specific to that event that's occurring that day. And again, you can adjust that date range. So if you want to go further out, you can. Or if you just want to limit it by typing, you can do that as well. Once you apply filters, it will update your screen. You will also be able to do a print of anything that you see. So when you click on print, it will give you a full print view of this report. And that's the reports page. So just kind of a review here. The home page is going to be the main page that you land on when you get into the MemberNet. The profile is going to be the section where you're going in and you're accessing anything that's business related, so anything that's specific to your accounts, your employees, and then also your report cards. Your collateral is where you're going to be able to review any listings that you have and also create any special offers or coupons. Your opportunities page is going to show any service requests that have been sent to you by the CVB. And the reports is going to give you a calendar of events that's coming over, of events during a selected time period. Now again, if you have any questions about anything having to do with the MemberNet, clicking on this little button here will automatically generate an email using your email program to send to the CVB. So in other words, if you do have any questions or concerns, clicking on that button will launch your email program, will automatically populate the email with the addresses that the email should go to, and a subject line. You simply need to type in whatever your question is and then send your message. And that is the MemberNet in a nutshell.